This is the Iowa Weather Report for Friday, March 20th, 2015. And now here's our first look at the 0Z GFS mile run at 1 p.m. this afternoon. Slight west to northwesterly flow across the area. That's not going to keep the temperatures down, though. We'll have plenty of sunshine after a few morning clouds that'll dissipate early in the day. It'll be a lot warmer than it was yesterday. There were a lot more clouds around. Highs today will be in the 50s and 60s. Western Iowa could see some lower 70s in that area with mainly sunny skies, as I mentioned. Going into the weekend, Saturday, it will be a bit cooler. There'll be a bit more clouds around as well. Highs in the upper 40s northeast to near the 60 in the south and west especially. And then a system is going to be approaching as we move into the latter half of the weekend here on Sunday, especially Sunday afternoon and into Sunday night and early Monday. This could bring some rain during the day on Sunday that could mix with a little bit of wet snow Sunday night into early Monday. It doesn't look to be that big of a deal at this point, but it's something we do have to watch. Readings on Sunday will be in the 50s for most of the state and maybe some 40s. Monday we'll see a lot more clouds and maybe temperatures in the upper 30s to near 50. Then that system is gone, but another system comes in. Temperatures will warm ahead of this system. This will be mainly rain across the state, even at night. Temperatures will be in the 50s for highs. Could see embedded thunder. We'll have to wait and see about that. But that system moves off. It looks to stay rather unsettled even on Wednesday. There'll be clouds around, some breaks around, but don't look for a whole lot. Readings in the 50s, it looks like, as we move through the middle of the week. And then we move into Thursday. Temperatures will cool skosh, but if we get sunshine, which we may possibly get, albeit some precipitation to the south and north of the state, that could keep the temperatures or bump them back up well into the 50s. But then as we move through the weekend, you can see a trough is beginning to take shape. You can see the axis moving through the area, ridge developing over California and the eastern Pacific, and that's going to be the sign that we could see cold air starting to flood in from Canada once again. See a lot of precipitation to our south along the Gulf Coast. They could get quite a bit of precipitation down there by late next week and into the following weekend. But our air mass looks to be coming from the north and west, and it looks to be quite chilly. Even going into the extended period, look at this. Flow is coming straight out of the Yukon, straight across Canada, into the Midwest, Great Lakes, and then sweeping across the eastern half of the country, ridge over western Canada and the west. And you know what this means. We saw this all in the month of February. Cold air just dumping into the country once again. But it will be the end of March, early April at this point. So don't expect temperatures to crash like they were in February, but it is something we're going to have to pay attention to. But as we move to the end of the period, April 3rd, you can see the pattern is back zonal. So unlike in February where we had these big ridges and troughs that got stuck in place, we're getting a more progressive pattern where they don't last as long, and we're back to zonal by this point, and it looks to get quite active again with some precipitation around. And we've been running dry lately, so any precipitation for the next 2 weeks will be a good thing to see. But temperatures look to be a bit cool toward the end of March at this point. Satellite image from last evening, it looks quite cloudy to our east and to our south. Little bit of thunder activity across Texas earlier yesterday evening. Some clouds off to our east and some clouds approaching the Pacific Northwest. Elsewhere it was fairly quiet, and you can see that with the watch warning map. A couple of flood watches to our south. Winter weather issues around Pennsylvania, Mid-Atlantic, southern New England. Some over southern Colorado and northern New Mexico. Quiet elsewhere across the country, and that's very atypical for March. QPF chart, this doesn't look very quiet. Precipitation through Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock, showing quite a bit across the Gulf Coast states, Texas to the Carolinas, and in the Northwest. Around here, maybe a quarter to half an inch of precipitation in the form of rain or snow.